There we go. How's that? Okay, guys. I have to add myself to the stream too. All right, guys. Welcome to this stream. And Minnie, by the way, I was working on the side to make you another moderator for for this channel. So you should have, excuse me, moderator status. Yes, you have moderator status. Okay, guys. I want to talk about a couple things real quick. This is kind of breaking news. This happened a couple of hours ago down in Brownsville, Texas, one of probably the further eastmost border crossing between Mexico and Texas. Somebody intentionally plowed their car into a crowd of people, migrants, illegal aliens, however you want to call it, and killed 7 of them and really injured. I'm not going to show the video because the other people who were injured, yeah, I would imagine some more of them are going to succumb to their injuries. I would also imagine that those who do not pass will likely be paralyzed or severely damaged for the rest of their lives. This video, and again, I'm not going to show it, is horrible to watch. I've seen some bad videos on a lot of instances like these crazy rampage killings and things like that, but not one where you see. There was one that's burned into my head of the video, and I'm not gonna. You can find it on Twitter. I'm not gonna repost it. It's too hard to watch, but it's of a young boy writhing in pain on the ground. I have a 14-year-old son, and it's hard for me to watch that. So if you want to watch it, you guys can find it. I don't recommend looking at it, especially if you have kids or you have any kind of a heart or a moral compass. But nevertheless, it is out there. We talked during the Allen shooting yesterday at the mall over there in Allen, Texas, about how the media did not want this story to get out about that shooting. The reason why is because the shooter was a heavyset Hispanic guy who was dressed up in a fake police outfit, apparently trying to get everyone to trust him as a law enforcement officer and then shoot them. It does look like that was a targeted hit. Looks like it was either gangland shooting or domestic. Either way, it was a targeted event yesterday. This guy had multiple magazines, and he could have easily shot way more people, and he didn't. However, it looks like he did wipe out a family. Looked like a family of 5 from what I saw. It's just an awful look, man. When you look at the pictures from yesterday of that family that got shot, it's just, again, it's brutal to look at. But the media has tried to whitewash that because while it does fit their narrative for gun control, it certainly doesn't for illegal immigration. They're not releasing any information about this guy. The only reason why I know he's Hispanic is because 2 of the witnesses said he was Hispanic. And in the picture where he got a bullet hole right here, you can tell that the guy is Hispanic. But they are trying to whitewash that. Now, on the heels of that, this happens down in Brownsville, Texas this morning. Now, when this originally came out, this shows you the deceptiveness and the lying of the general media and the way they try to shape things and poison the message. When they put this story out this morning about the 7 dead after this car plowing into this crowd at a Brownsville, Texas shelter, they immediately shaped it with their side conversations as possibly this was going to be white supremacy, because you know that Title 42 is about to expire. And these people are amassing on our border. Not that there's anybody holding them back now. The Biden administration is just letting them come in. But these Hondurans, Guatemalans, everybody is amassing on the southern border because this coming week, when Title 42 goes away, they're just going to flood into the country more so than they ever have. So the news media, when this story broke this morning, was trying to make it sound like, oh, this is some white supremacists that are, trying to dissuade people from coming in here and blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. They were really trying to shape this story. Well, guess what? As it turns out, and there's not a good side to this story, but it's nice whenever the media is wrong and they are proven that they are wrong. Let me find it to show you guys. Stand by 1 second. Here we go. Right here. I will highlight it so you guys can see it. Take a look at what that says. Police have not released the name of the driver, but say it was a Hispanic man. So the white supremacy thing is not going to work here. they're not going to have the ability to sit here and talk about this as being some kind of crazy white guy went down to the border to kill a bunch of illegal aliens in order to deter any additional illegal aliens from coming across the border with the expiration of Title 42. So, yeah, we are going to now have the media try to figure out what they're going to do with this story, because it's a horrible story. And again, I do not recommend looking at the video. There's two videos that are out. One of them is of the actual guy plowing into this group of people. Yeah, that one's difficult to watch because you can't process it, because you just see bodies flying. It doesn't seem real, I guess, is my point. You've seen this kind of stuff in movies before, and it doesn't seem real. It's the second video that I watched on this where the bodies, you either have clumps of bodies just laying there lifeless, or you have a couple of people writhing in pain. And there is one young man, if I had to guess, I'd say 10, 11, 12 years old, writhing in pain. This poor kid he's got internal injuries that are bad. And you can just tell it's bad news. And that one I don't recommend seeing. However, because this is such a, I guess, a big story on somewhat of a slow news day, which kind of surprised me yesterday. They had to break from the shooting in Allen, Texas to show the Kentucky Derby. That shows you how our media is. But nevertheless, this is a big story that happened on the border, and they would love for this to have been a white person who killed these illegal aliens, because that would have been a good motive for them. They would have had a good opportunity to sweat people into thinking that, see, you're bad because you don't agree with allowing all these people to come in. And they would try to align you with this person who mowed down all these illegal aliens at this stop. But because it was a Hispanic man, they can't do that. So they kind of have lost their story here. This is a story that is not important to them because it doesn't follow their narrative. It doesn't help them paint their picture. So they're not really going to be interested. Yeah, they say if it bleeds, it leads. They like the fact that we have dead bodies and there's blood on the street, because that gives them a chance to, sell some more clicks on their websites and get a few commercials sold while people are watching this stuff on TV. But if you check on TV, which I also don't recommend because you're just going to get lied to on television, you're going to find that they're not talking about this right now. Yeah, it's a little blurb across the bottom and stuff. But earlier when it happened this morning, they did not know that it was a Hispanic driver that plowed through these people. This was a big deal to them. This was a big deal because they just knew why. They just knew why it had happened. They'd sold themselves as to why it had happened, and they were wrong. And it did not fit their narrative. So they have two stories that they're struggling with. Two Hispanic people, and we still don't know if the one from yesterday that shot these people in Allen, Texas, was illegal either. They actually had to get a translator to talk to his family. So clearly, English is not their first language. Doesn't even sound like it's their second language, to be honest with you. So my guess is you're going to find that yesterday's shooter was an illegal alien, just like you're probably going to find out that this driver was an illegal alien. So what do we see here? I just saw one of you guys, Xanthi Misfit, and good to see you too, brother. NBC had gun epidemic. I guess that's BS this morning. Yeah. We know the same old stuff. And you're right, Minnie. Minnie says watching the news will get you pissed off. That's why I'm trying to do what I'm doing here. As you guys know, those of you that are watching me here that might usually see me on Legally Armed America. Of course, my channel got a strike yesterday. I was covering the Allen shooting in Allen, Texas, and I showed a distant video of, I'm pretty sure this is what did it, showed a video that's a dash cam video of somebody who was behind the killer when he got out. Super grainy, bad video. In fact, I'll repost it over on Rumble or something like that. And it didn't show blood. I don't think it showed anybody actually getting hit. It just showed a small, faint picture of a person getting out of a vehicle, and we assumed he was shooting his gun because you couldn't tell. You could just hear it. And I'm pretty sure that's what got me my strike. Well, by getting that strike on Legally Armed America's YouTube, I can't do anything on that channel for 7 days. I can't upload videos. I can't go live. I can't make a post on there. I can't even tell my viewers why I'm not on there. I can comment on my own videos, which is kind of weird. I can make comments on my own videos, but I can't do anything else to populate my channel. So I'm over here I'm one of the co-hosts with Thinktown Podcast with Chad Marino, Kendall Pruitt, and Mackenzie Thorne. So I came over here, and if you want to catch me this week at all, I'll be on Thinktown. I'll be uploading my videos to Thinktown. I'll be going live on Thinktown. I'll be doing everything that I normally do on Legally Armed America right here on Thinktown. Now, some of you might be watching me on Facebook, the Legally Armed America Facebook. Obviously, I can still stream to the Legally Armed America Facebook. But nevertheless, you're not going to catch me if you're used to catch me on Legally Armed America's YouTube over there. You're going to have to watch me here. Exactly, Chris. And good to see you too, Chris, by the way. That is ridiculous. And I'm glad I have this other outlet channel. This is a much smaller channel, 2,000 something subscribers. So it's not going to have near the reach that I did with 350,000 subscribers on Legally Armed America. But nevertheless, maybe this helps me build that channel. You know what I mean? Maybe this allows us to get more people in here to watch, because obviously, as you're seeing right now, I'm going to need to have a backup channel. So I'm going to do my best to build over the next 7 days this Thinktown podcast channel. So this will be the place where I'll send all of my stuff whenever we get hammered by YouTube. And I am going to start working on the Rumble stuff as well. I will do that. I'm going to look, let's crank this video up right here. This looks like a report from, make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. Looks like a report from the scene. Let's see here.
Mornings can be hard. 3 little words can make them harder.
My tummy hurts.
Sorry, I don't control this.
But luckily, Pepto Kids relieves tummy issues fast to get the day
Mommy,
back on
I gotta
track.
take a dump.
Pepto Kids, fast relief for little tummies.
You know, Fred, this is a real tragedy. According to the Brownsville Police Department, they got a call at about 8:30 Central Time this morning. And the call was about a crash that happened in front of a shelter. According to police, 7 individuals are dead and 4 to 6 others were transported to the hospital. Now, I've been to this shelter before. Normally, it just services the community in Brownsville, but during migrant surges, this shelter does take in migrants. According to police, they've interviewed witnesses and they do believe that migrants are among the dead. It's unclear if they're all migrants or not.
They mean illegal aliens.
They are investigating and they are working with Border Patrol to figure out if these individuals are indeed migrants, if they've been processed through immigration authorities, and that is going to help them find that out a little faster. Now, according to police, they say that this is a 1-vehicle crash and that the driver of that vehicle has been arrested and is being held on reckless driving charges, and that those charges could be upgraded. Now, police are not releasing the name of this individual or the identity of this individual, other than saying that this is a Hispanic male and that they are conducting toxicology reports at this time.
Okay. Surely that wasn't the end of, that was kind of an abrupt ending.
I hope when people see this work, they get a
really
sense of the mystery and excitement of night.
Put a commercial right in the middle of this report.
Something that holds.
Let's
their
hang on a
gaze for
second,
moment.
see if that's the end of the report or not.
Makes them smile.
It ended way too abrupt. I think this just cut off in the middle of it. Here we go.
Attorneys for an alleged IRS
I guess
whistleblower
it
who
is
claims
it.
to have evidence of political interference in the Justice Department's criminal probe
right.
into.
So let me try to find some other stuff here because, as, of course, whenever it's not what they want it to be, they bury the story pretty quick. Wow, look at this guy's car. Is that a Range Rover? Sure is. So I guess being an illegal alien pays pretty good these days. That looks like the driver's car. Let me make that a little bigger for you guys. Look at this. Yeah, it looks like, I mean, I know that you see these traveling all the way across the country many times where the Hispanic guys will go to these auctions and buy these wrecked vehicles and pull them down to Mexico. But this thing right here, you can see the right side damage. If you watch the video, and again, I don't want to get a strike on this channel too. I could try to find the video of the car hitting the folks, but I have a feeling that if they were dinging me yesterday for a video of somebody intentionally killing other people with a gun, surely they're going to ding me if I try to show somebody intentionally killing people with a car. If not, what a double standard that would be, right? But if you see the video of this car hitting these people, I don't know what in the world this guy hit first. They say it was intentional. I'm not sure that it was intentional, because if you watch the video, and maybe I can find a still image of it. Let me see if I can find a still while you guys look at that car, and I'm going to talk here. I'm going to see if I can't find a still of that, because man, that thing was on its nose when it came in. It was coming in hot. And when it hit those people, if you look at the damage on this thing, look at the windshield and the roof. Now, this thing I'm pretty sure rolled over, because as the video passes, so thing's already kind of up on its nose. But I'm pretty sure that that damage to the windshield and the roof, that's from hitting the people. That's how that thing was coming over. The car was flipping forward as it came to hit this group of people standing on the side of the road. It was the craziest thing. When you see it come through, you're like, it doesn't even look like a car coming through. Look, let me do this. I'm going to find the video and I'll pause it so we don't show the video, so we don't upset people from YouTube and get this channel dinged. I'm going to go to YouTube. And what's that? No, I'm sorry. Twitter is where that was. Let me go to Twitter. I will find that video. And then we will, let's see here. I'll freeze it so you guys can see. Let's see, Brownsville. Let me search by Brownsville. Oh, come on. Stand by, guys. I am going to try to find this real quick. Okay. Hashtag Brownsville. Brownsville accident. They're calling it right now. Okay, there's the car. All right, here we go. Let me see. Yeah, I got it. Let me. Oh, no. Wow. See, I don't know how I can show this without without getting in trouble here. Let's see. I'm going to show you a couple of different screens, and I'm not going to run the video all the way through so that YouTube doesn't slam me. Stand by, guys. Let me pull this one up now. Okay. All right. What you're looking at right there, and let me look and see, make sure you can see what I'm looking at. Okay, you see where I'm pointing? Straight above my finger in the picture is the car that hit them. That's the Range Rover, straight in that direction. That's the vehicle kind of right behind that pole right there. Further over there, that's the people standing there. And this car right here is moving at a high rate of speed. Now, I was mistaken. It wasn't coming forward. It was actually ramping up. Let me go. I'm going to go slow frames, and I'm going to stop it before it gets to where you see the bad stuff. Let's see. Okay. Something caused the vehicle right there to kind of catapult. Let me make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. Yeah, you can. Okay. It's like I don't know if he hit a curb or what. So you see the vehicle. Oh, there's the vehicle coming forward. It gets right there, and now it hits something right here. Boom. You see it lift up? Now watch, it's going to lift up even more in this next frame. Boom. See how much higher it is? Let me back it up 2 frames. Boom, boom. Okay, it's on the ground right there. It starts to hit something right there, and boy, whatever it hit right here, boom. And I hate to say this, I think that was a person that it hit, but there's no way a person made this car catapult like that. And then it just, look at it, it's airborne now. It's airborne. See? So, believe it or not, this is not the video that's hard to watch. It's the one where the aftermath is shown on the ground. That's the tough one. That's the tough one. Again, do not recommend watching it. So I don't want to see any of the other. Yeah, I'm not going to look anymore at this stuff because I know what's going to happen. The wrong video is going to pop up and I'm going to get dinged on this channel too, just like my Legally Armed America channel already got dinged this morning or yesterday. I think it got dinged. I didn't notice it until this morning, but I'm pretty sure it was yesterday. So let me grab one of the other screens again. And again, I apologize for being vague, but man, they're already dinging my channel on Legally Armed. I just don't want it to happen on this one also. So let me grab my other channel back up again. And let's see. Let me see if there's anything new where they're talking about this guy. More news. More at watch. That's ABC. 1 hour ago, 57 minutes ago, 25 minutes ago. Let's see what this one says. This is Reuters. Driver arrested. Look at the just stuff on the side of the road. I can't really tell where this was in the picture. I'm assuming we're looking at it from where, yeah, there's a bus stop sign right there. See it right there. So this must be, we're looking at it from the direction the car was heading from, and he was going away from us. And that's where he plowed into and hit all those people. So the camera angle we saw a minute ago must have been to our upper right over there behind that sign. In fact, I probably can still pull that up. Yeah, I don't see what that other. I can't see what that green thing is. There's a green, looks like a transformer thing in the other video. Anyway, let me roll down here. And good, they've got the crime scene kind of covered up right there. Doing an investigation, victim waiting a bus stop. So far, the driver's only charged with reckless driving. That's absolutely insane. Legal, illegal, alien, I don't care what it is. And this guy gets hit with reckless driving and 7 people are killed? Are you kidding me? Let's back out of that one. See if there's any of the other ones that have better data. 10 minutes ago, this looks like the Baltimore Sun. Okay, so here we go. This is where they must have gotten their white supremacy stuff earlier. Sandoval told KRGV-TV that authorities are investigating whether the crash was intentional or an accident. They are also testing the driver who was held at the scene by witnesses for intoxication. Maldonado said the center had not received any threats before the crash, but they did afterwards. Quote, I've had a couple of people come by the gate and tell the security guard that the reason this happened was because of us. Who is Maldonado? Is that another illegal alien? Let me find. Okay. Shelter director Victor Maldonado of the Bishop Enrique San Padre Ozanam Center said he reviewed the shelter's camera video, surveillance video on Sunday morning after receiving a call about the crash. So that's the guy who runs the shelter for the illegal aliens. And he's the one who apparently started the rumor where he says, I've had a couple of people come by the gate and tell the security guard that the reason this happened was because of us. I think that's a lie. I think Mr. Maldonado is probably lying and making that up, because it was another Hispanic person who ran these people over. And I work in the construction business, and a lot of the legal Hispanics don't care for the illegals, but not enough to where they would kill them. So I think this was just some crazy drunk guy, and they're sitting here talking about this guy. I don't think personally, just looking at the video, I don't think that he targeted these people. Excuse my French. I think he was shit-faced and plowed into them asleep at the wheel, probably texting also, probably a number of things. But they was held because they thought he was intoxicated at the crime scene. And I think we just have a drunk Mexican who slammed into a bunch of illegal aliens. And while they want to make it like Mr. Maldonado is trying to make this into an issue of anti-quote immigration, it's probably not that at all. It's some drunk guy that plowed into a bunch of people. And there's not a good enough story tied to this other than this happening like it did. And my guess is this will probably disappear by the end of the day. It looks like just more rhetoric. These people, they're so shameful. It's like, it'd be cool if you could wait till we knew what happened before you put your political spin on it. 3 hours ago, 10 minutes ago, we just read that one. Yeah, it appears no more information on that. I'm going to, however, shift gears a second here. And we will move over to what we know so far in the Allen, Texas mall shooting yesterday. See if there's anything else. I want to call vaccine. Find the news on that. 18 minutes ago, 37 minutes ago. Let's go look at this ABC News report. And let me grab that screen so you guys can read along with me. This was updated 18 minutes ago. Wow, I guess I'll get a ding for this also. Let's see if I can pull this. All right, what the? So that's it. That's the video. Why even show that clip? All right. Let me get rid of that. That's garbage anyway. So let me pull this up and let's read and see if there's any updates. 9 people died. Alleged gunman who died after confrontation with police was among the 7 people who were killed. I hate the way they include the killer in with people killed. They should say X amount of people were killed and then the gunman is also dead. 9 people transferred to hospitals. 2 later died. Hospitalization victims are aged 5 to 61 years old. Look at all the people who were there. I mean, this was like a small sample. There was just tons of people if you're watching the video yesterday. That I got a strike from YouTube on, by the way. Nope. No real developments. Alleged shooter ID'd in Delhi, Texas. All right, here we go. This is new. Oh, well, they have to admit that he's Hispanic now. The suspect in Allen, Texas mall mass shooting was identified Sunday as Mauricio Garcia. According to law enforcement officials briefed on the investigation, the 33-year-old Garcia was fatally shot by a police officer who rushed to the gunfire and confronted him at the Outlet Mall on Sunday afternoon. The Texas Department of Public Safety is leading the investigation with searching Mauricio's home and vehicle on Sunday. The agency declined to comment further on Garcia and said the motive for the shooting remains under investigation. President Joe Biden, of course, said the assailant was dressed in tactical gear and armed with an AR-15 style assault weapon used to gun down 8 people. Okay, couple of takeaways from this little story right here. Cute little story. It tells you the information that you don't really need to know and leaves out the information that you kind of want to know. This guy clearly is an illegal alien. I don't need to know anything more, because they know the question was whether or not this person was an illegal alien. And the fact that they won't say that, because they know that's the question on everybody's minds, the fact that they won't spell that out and be clear about that shows me that this guy was an illegal alien. So they can check the boxes next to a mass shooting, but they can't check the boxes next to racism or any other stuff that helps them sell papers and commercials. So this way, they're going to have to bury this story, because their star, who is probably an illegal alien, is the one who killed all these people. And the other quick takeaway, let me make sure you guys can see what I'm highlighting here. Yep. Let me move my fat head out of the way real quick so you guys can read it better, the part I'm about to show you. So, President Joe Biden said the assailant, looking at the last paragraph, dressed in tactical gear. I want to be clear about this. I want to be real clear. I was actually, believe it or not, laying in bed reading about this morning. They have tried, New York State's been successful and other states have, but they're trying to put out, and some of the Democrats have in Congress, to put out a bill that's going to outlaw body armor. This is some Spartan armor, level 4 armor right here. Why they want to take something away that is used strictly for protecting you from gunshots, and all the Democrats are shooting people right now, so I think all conservatives ought to have some of this body armor. But they're trying to pass laws that outlaw that body armor. Saying that he's dressed in tactical gear, it did not look to me like he had plates in his plate carrier, but it did look like he was wearing a plate carrier. He may have had plates. It could have been some of the level 3, or maybe these level 4s, some of the level 3 plus, I believe, or the soft ones. So my guess is now this is going to be used to a couple things. Have these people put their bills back out there to try to ban body armor, but also, you know how they have laws out there? I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but some states, before the whole COVID craze went nutty, there were laws out there that prevented you from wearing masks in public. I know that sounds stupid, but yes, there were laws out there that prevented you from doing that. The reasoning behind that is they assumed that you could potentially be robbing a business or committing a crime if you had a mask on, trying to hide your identity is what the assumption was. So there were some laws out there. State of Louisiana actually has one that says you cannot have a firearm on you if you're masked. Now, I don't know how COVID changed that, because I asked about that immediately when COVID hit. Well, wait a minute. If you're trying to force me to wear a mask, we have a law that says I can't wear a mask and carry my firearm, and I'm going to carry my firearm. So now I wonder, if they have that ridiculous of a law out there, are they now going to try to start pushing for outlawing body armor and tactical vests of some sort? So you can't have any kind of tactical stuff on you. Don't think that this is a stretch, because the fact that they would want to outlaw body armor to begin with is absolutely insane on its face. That's nutty enough. So this is very weird that they would look to do something like this and draw attention to the fact that he's wearing that. And they may say that the reason why we want to outlaw tactical gear is because a lot of people, they're saying, this is not me, this reports from yesterday, are saying that they think the reason why this shooter was wearing this stuff was so that people would assume that he was law enforcement, to trick them into thinking that. Don't don't think that politicians are not so naive and so stupid to say, well, shoot, I'm going to make the community safer. Now we're going to remove all doubt. That way, if you see somebody in tactical gear, you know it's law enforcement, because what we're going to do is outlaw anybody else from being able to wear tactical gear. So if you have tactical gear on and you're in public, you're breaking the law. Again, how stupid is that? Because the person who would be wearing the tactical gear to break the law later on is a person who doesn't care about breaking laws, right? So look for there to be more of a move. Hey, you know what? Maybe at some point they say you can't wear a black vest. Maybe you can't wear a black jacket. Maybe you can't wear tactical gear. That's how Congress thinks. They don't look, all the laws that we have on books, and these people go to Washington, D.C. and go to our state houses on a regular basis simply to pass more laws, as if we needed more laws. So all we do is keep creating more new laws. That's why a lot of these laws are so stupid, because any of the laws out there that were legitimate laws that made sense, those things have been in place already. Well, these lawmakers now have a job to do. What's that? Create more laws. There's no reasonable laws that they can make anymore. So now that's why all their laws look stupid that they present, because there's nothing that makes sense anymore. All those laws have already been made. They're already in place. So that's why we're seeing so many stupid laws get put out. And that's why this is not a far stretch to say that not only can we expect Congress now to start to ban plate carriers and body armor, but tactical gear in general. That would not shock me one single bit. Oh, man. What a world we live in, guys. What a world we live in. Let me back this up and see if there's anything else on this guy. So yeah, now we know we do have a Hispanic male that shot the people yesterday in Allen, Texas. They won't say that he's an illegal alien or not. So that tells us everything we need to know. He is an illegal alien. Now we know. Just their omission of stating that tells me everything that I wanted to know about that. ABC, we looked at that one 28 minutes ago. Let's see if they have any additional information on here. Same thing, just saying Mauricio Garcia is the shooter. One of the officials said Garcia had been staying at a nearby motel. The official said investigators have been searching the motel and a home in Dallas area connected to the suspect. Officials said police also found multiple weapons at the scene after Garcia was fatally shot by a police officer. Weapons included an AR-15 style rifle and a handgun. Kind of funny, this guy staying at a, and again, I don't mean funny, haha, staying at a motel in the area. Yeah, that's a red flag. Yep, that's pretty much it, guys. There's nothing else on this. So that's all we know right now on this shooting from yesterday. And again, just to kind of recap, that's the crowds being escorted out of the mall yesterday. Just to recap real quick on the Brownsville situation, let's see if there's any additional news, new news. 1 hour ago, 24 minutes ago, I believe we looked at that. I just want to give a recap before we break out of here. We know it was a Hispanic male, again, changing what they want you to know. They would like it to be a, quote, white supremacist, and that does not appear that that is going to be the case. Let me find my... Okay. Here we go. This looks like the same story we saw a minute ago. What we see in the video is that this SUV, a Range Rover, just ran the light. Okay, it ran the light. This guy was drunk. This is not intentional. And it had nothing to do with them being illegal aliens. This guy's probably an illegal alien himself. Ran the light that was about 100 feet away. It just went through the people who were sitting there in the bus stop. So this guy's trying to make a story out of it, a sob story, so he can get side. Who knows? They'll call this thing a hate crime by lunchtime or by dinner time. City bus stop is across the street from the shelter and is not marked. No bench, and people were waiting, sitting on the curb. Get off the curb, idiot. He said the SUV flipped over, running up on the curb and continued moving for about 200 feet. Some people walking on the sidewalk about 30 feet from the main group were also hit. It can be three factors, Sandoval said. It could be intoxication, very likely and most commonly is. It could be an accident, or it could be intentional. I don't think it's intentional. Again, I saw the video footage. It does not appear intentional at all. It has all the signs of somebody who lost control or they were drunk. The driver was taken to the hospital for injuries sustained when the car rolled over. No passengers in the car. Police didn't immediately know the driver's name or age. They do say he is 33 years old right now, I think. That's what they said. He's being very uncooperative at the hospital because he's probably drunk and he's probably illegal, but he will be transported to our city jail as soon as he gets released. Then we'll fingerprint him, take a mug shot, and then we can find his true identity. Now, the danger in all this is he's right there a mile from the border. So, yeah, there's that. They did take a blood sample from him. And again, the person from the illegal alien shelter said, I've had a couple of people come by the gate and tell the security guard that the reason this happened was because of us. Oh, yeah, that sounds like the gossip of a seventh grader right there. So this guy didn't hear it himself. So this is a way of saying, oh, yeah, it was somebody else. I've had a couple of people come by the gate and tell the security guard that the reason this happened was because of us. Yeah, right. When you find that the guy was super drunk, you're going to have your reason right there. And if this guy was also an illegal alien, then what? How do you frame that? A drunk illegal alien ran over a bunch of other illegal aliens on purpose? Yeah, good luck framing that and getting the people of America to sympathize with you on that one. The shelter can hold 250, but many who arrived leave the same day. In the last several weeks, an uptick in border crossings prompted the city, thank you, Joe Biden, to declare an emergency as local, state, and federal resources coordinated enforcement and humanitarian response. In the last 2 months, we've been getting 250 to 380 a day. That's a damn shame. All right. So since I'm coming to you from a much smaller channel today, you guys who follow me over here from Legally Armed America know that YouTube, being they, gave me a strike yesterday from the coverage that we gave, better part of half of the day, into the day, the coverage that I was providing on the Allen Outlet Mall shooting. And gave me a strike, will not let me do anything on my Legally Armed America YouTube channel for 7 days. I can't upload. I can't live stream. I can comment on my own videos, so I will be putting messages out on my existing videos that are there. But nevertheless, I can't do anything there for 7 days. They didn't like my coverage. And I mean, I'm sure there's other people that didn't like it too. I probably got reported by a bunch of liberal nutbags that didn't like the truth that I was spitting out. And as luck would have it, which nobody's going to apologize to me, a lot of the things that I said probably were the case, like this guy being Hispanic for one and potentially illegal, are coming true now. And those are the things that I probably got reported on, but they've also come to be true. So at what point does somebody apologize to me and say, our bad, you were right all along? I don't think that's going to happen. So nevertheless, guys, I appreciate you coming and follow me over here to Thinktown Podcast. I'm going to try to grow this channel. if you guys could do me one big favor on your social medias, first of all, if you could like videos on here, we've mainly just done live streams, but if you could like this video, if you could share videos, if you could share the link to Thinktown Podcast, because what I'm going to be doing is share that on all your social medias, email your friends, maybe text some friends and say, hey, this is where Paul at Legally Owned America is going to be, because I'm going to be here for the next 7 days. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to build this Thinktown Podcast YouTube channel to be essentially my backup channel for whenever this happens to me again on Legally Owned America's YouTube channel. Because my guess is, as you know, guys like that do what I do get a little bit bigger and piss more people off, more and more people are going to be attacking me and trying to report me, saying that I'm doing inappropriate things by the video that I'm showing or whatever I'm talking about. So I think I'm going to have more of these attacks in the future. So I want to build up this Thinktown Podcast channel so that I have a backup place to go in the event that I do get slammed. I don't know if I want to try to build another Legally Armed America backup page. I don't really like to do that because sometimes that can be confusing, and people who want to say subscribe to the Legally Armed America page may subscribe to the wrong one, not the main one. And then I'm splitting those subscribers because I'm not going to put content out on both of them at the same time. So at least I can have the this Thinktown Podcast page for whenever I get slammed into things like what you're experiencing right now, what I'm experiencing right now. But those of you that follow me over here, I really appreciate that, because a lot of my friends from Legally Owned America are on here, and I appreciate that. Minnie, Chris, a couple other people that I saw on here, Chad, a lot of you guys, I recognize the names from Legally Owned America, and I appreciate you guys following me over here. But boy, if I've ever asked for a favor before, man, if you guys can help me build this channel up, I know it's not going to get 350,000 subscribers overnight. I'm not asking for that. But any word that you can put out, letting people know that I'm over here and helping me build this channel certainly helps, because for the next 6 days, this being the first day, I'll be doing everything from here. So guys, I'm going to tune out now. I will, if you want me to, I'll leave this up. There's not a lot of people in the room, but I'm happy to leave that here if you guys would like to continue the chat. And I'll come back over here and cut this thing here in a little bit after everybody's kind of left. But thank you guys. I appreciate the hospitality of you all coming here and following me. And it means a lot to me that you guys would do that. So we'll talk to you guys soon.